Pepinos.
¿Quieres? No, ese.
I already put my mouth in.
Es ok. Es que te ibas a comer amargo.
Oh, healthy.
Today's theme is healthy because we're keeping our car healthy and keeping our bodies healthy. Cheers.
See the ghost I got him?
Oh, you got him a ghost for spooky season?
Yeah, it's fun.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Backyard. We are actually in the backyard again. Backyardigans. Excuse me while I sip on this smoothie. Today we are installing some more car parts in my 2020 WRX. Specifically, we are installing an air oil separator from Moroso. And I will show you that right now. I want to install some parts in my car. You didn't fist bump you? I got you, dog. So here is our box that contains our car parts for the day. So you can see here we have some tubing, some hardware, a bracket, some Moroso stickers, and in this box we've got, if I can open it, our air oil separator, which is pretty much like a catch can kind of air oil separator. This one you do have to monitor regularly and open up. This is where we'll put our fittings into. So yeah, let's get into it with this install. All right, everyone, so we got our hood opened up. Basically what we got to do is we got to remove this engine cover, remove the intercooler, and get to the PVC area in there. To do that, we're gonna have to take this off too. But the whole reason we're doing this is to keep our intake manifold nice and clean, because we like a healthy car, just like we like our smoothies. So the theme of this video is being healthy. No alcohol will be consumed today like we usually do. Smoothies only. Psych! We got the strut bar off, we gotta take this off. Looks like it's a couple of pop clips. Ah. 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 Ah.
You okay?
Yeah. It's just something. That shit hurt. Smashed my finger right here on this little pump.
Idiot.
This is our engine cover. So now we gotta take off our intercooler. This guy here. Looks like we're gonna have to loosen the charge pipe. There's a bolt right here, and a bolt right here, and another pipe here. So let's go ahead and do that. We got this one out. Just gotta get this side out. Which looks like it's gonna be a pain in the culo. Alright, so we got the intercooler off. Basically we have to locate the PVC line, which if you see this connector here, it is right next to it, right there. So here's our connector. We don't care about that, but just for reference, in this area, this nipple right here is what you want to take off. You want to disconnect this line here, and then it also comes up right there. So you want to take that out and that out with some needle nose pliers. All right, so we removed the fitting. This was going into the PVC fitting. This was going into intake manifold. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna reuse these little clips, and we're gonna replace this with the hoses that were provided. So the small one goes in the PVC fitting, the large one goes to the intake manifold, and we're gonna clamp it down with the stock clips, and then that's gonna go into our catch can. And then this we're just gonna cut to our desired length, pretty much. But we're gonna install this first. So we're gonna install one end in, route it out, same with that. Then we're gonna put our intake manifold back on and our strut bar back on, because if we do the strut bar first and our bracket, because the bracket's gonna go right here and it's gonna, the catch can is gonna hang somewhere in the bits right here, then we won't be able to put our intercooler back in. So go ahead and do that. We'll get our small fitting. So as you can see here, this pipe, it came kind of cut, kind of angled. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just get it as flat as possible. So I'll do that down here on the floor. See right there, compared to, if you compare the other side, this one's pretty angled. So now,
And all the sneakerheads are crying.
the smaller diameter tubing goes in here, there. That's where we're gonna install it. Just route it over here. Same thing with this one, cut it flatter. We're gonna reuse our thick clamp from this end. And we're gonna save this in our original box, just in case we ever go back to stock. So this one is going to, if you see this same connector, this is our reference point, this brown connector. Follow this tape cable here. Here is where we are going to install that tubing, right there. From the top, we got our pipes in. So this one was a pain in the ass to get in, but it's in there. This in the intake manifold. This one's at the PVC pipe. We're just routing it under and over here, because this is where our can is gonna go. But right now, basically what we are gonna do is put our intercooler back in. It's getting dark on us, but we're almost done. We got the intercooler back in, the cover, the strut bar. Basically what we're gonna do next is we're gonna grab this bracket that's gonna hold our can, our AOS, and it essentially goes right here where that strut bar nut goes. So I'm gonna sneak that in there. And our AOS, basically what we're gonna do, with your letters pointing this way, Moroso spelled this way top to bottom, your 3/8 fitting is gonna go on this side, the smaller one, and your 1/2 inch fitting is gonna go on this side, the bigger one. So it'll go like this. But before we do that, we want to add some Teflon tape to these, just to keep it leak free. Teflon tape and fittings on here. Shout out to my dad, he helped us out. And basically Moroso from left to right, you want your fittings to go in that direction. And this here is the bracket that we assembled. So you basically put 2 screws here, 2 screws there, with this going upwards, and then this half part as well, and this sits in here. And once we have it all in the car, it's gonna tighten up and hold that in place. Change of plans, we couldn't get them individually, so we're gonna get it in together. We put this on here, just clamped it all in. Basically from the bottom to the top of the catch can, you want to measure about 1 inch. This is the unfortunate part about this one. Every time you drain it, you're gonna have to remove it and open it up every 3,000 miles or so. But basically we're just gonna put it in here. Put our nut back in. So I'm leaving it kind of loose for now, because I'm gonna position it wherever the hose is much more convenient. I could even twist this a little bit, but at this point we have our hoses, and we're gonna want to cut them to length at this point. Alright guys, well we got everything back in. We put our strut bar in and we got our AOS right there. You can see it. It's chilling. We got our AOS chilling right in there. We are completely done with the install. Well everybody, thanks for watching this video. This was a pretty simple install. It just took a lot of time because there was really hard parts to get to, and it was just it's easy but tedious, but we got it done. I'm excited to see how well this thing works. I got an oil change coming up, so I'll be draining that puppy and seeing if it picked anything up in the next 1,000 miles or so. So with that being said, stay blessed, peace, and stay healthy with your smoothies. What's today's theme, Yuli?
Healthy. Cheers.
Run that. I was born in 91.